INTP versus INTJ, the key differences of these personality types. People often perceive INTP and INTJ as similar personality types, but in reality, both of these personalities are very different from each other. They do have the same three letters, and both are introverts, intuitive, and thinking types. But once you look at their cognitive functions, you will know they are very distinct. Today, we're going to look at some of the key differences between INTP and INTJ and see what sets them both apart. Before we dive into it, please remember that we make these videos for free for your entertainment, and all we ask in return is that you click the like button and subscribe with the notification bell on. Interests. When it comes to interests, both these personalities have very different tastes. INTJs like to focus their attention on one subject instead of dividing it among many, while INTPs like to diversify their interests and engage with more than one subject. When you ask an INTJ about their favorite book, song, or snack, you will find them highlighting one or a maximum of two favorites, indicating they have focused interests. They like to focus on one single thing that intrigues them. But if you ask the same question from an INTP, they will tell you about their multiple favorites and will explain about their each favorite in detail. INTJs like to specialize in their interests, while INTPs like to talk about everything, whether it is a book or a song or a musician that inspires them, and they have diffused interests. Response to a stressful situation. One of the other differences between the two personalities is their response to challenging and stressful situations. INTPs overreact when they face any pressure, and they may end up abusing food, drink, entertainment, or anything that they feel is responsible for their situation. But the INTJs are exactly the opposite of the INTPs. They don't overreact or get angry under pressure. They know how to deal with emotions and try to stay calm and relaxed during difficult times. They are inert, so they let the situation cool down instead of getting heated up because of the circumstances. INTJs stay relaxed, while INTPs stand on the verge of melting down when stress is applied. How do you guys deal with a stressful situation? Do you stay calm, or do you panic and become anxious? Tell me in the comments below. Performance. While both of these personalities have the success stories that set them apart, there is a key difference in how they progress in life. The INTJs are high performers and achievers who master extroversion skills to turn their ideas into reality. They have defined, high-level goals, and they are always learning and adapting to changing dynamics to ensure their goals are achieved and that they stay on the top. On the other hand, INTPs are devil's advocates who like to explore different possibilities and find counterpoints to support their arguments. They have a very curious nature. When some topic gets their attention, they spend proper time learning about it and go to the bottom until they learn everything about it. They are keen learners and have a lot of thirst for new information and discoveries. Hunches. You may have seen people getting new ideas and hunches out of thin air. These people are INTJs. An INTJ may be taking a shower or cooking breakfast, and suddenly he has a moment of realization. When this happens, he leaves the thing he is doing, gets in front of his computer, writes his idea down, and starts analyzing it to figure out its purpose and what can be done with it. On the other hand, INTPs don't get hunches out of nowhere. They analyze their data, and after focusing on various possibilities and variables, they try to come up with a plausible conclusion. INTJs get ideas out of the blue. Their introverted intuition is subjective. At the same time, INTPs always have a theory or an object behind their reasons. Their extroverted intuition is called objective, which is based on something. Do you guys get hunches? Do they prove to be true, or do they just end up being assumptions? Friend circle. Usually, the INTJs appear to be cold, but in reality, they have a very soft and caring personality, and they care a lot for the people they love. It is difficult to get on their trustworthy side, but once you are there, you'll find them opening up to you and showing you their affectionate side. They can become exceptional caregivers, caring deeply for their friends and those close to them. INTPs, on the other hand, are more attracted to partying and like to be more open when the fun is somehow involved. They may get emotional when they are drunk and express their feelings towards the people they hold close, but it happens on very rare occasions when they declare undying love for their friends. They can easily socialize and mix with people, but they tend to have very few genuine friends who match their vibe. Thinking pattern. INTJs direct thinking and sense outwardly. You will find them very logical, direct, and blunt with their words. They have a strong belief in themselves and are ready to take on any challenge to prove their idea or stance is correct. But INTPs are a bit different in the case of thinking and expressing themselves. Their focus is not on proving they are right. Instead, they like to discuss new ideas, theories, alternatives, and angles. They don't just jump to conclusions. Instead, they take time to question and learn about things. They are more focused on untrue things and less on the true ones. They spend more time analyzing data, and after complete research, they stick to a conclusion. Arguments. We have talked in our video about how both these personalities are rational and logic-driven, but how they behave during an argument varies for both of them. INTJs usually present an evolution that goes through the main idea. They present their arguments, and the conversation ends with a solution to the discussed issue. They have a very organized talking style through which they make sure the conversation moves and reaches. But the INTPs sometimes lose perspective when they are trying to prove their stance. INTPs can get lost in defending their arguments and losing their line of reasoning, making the conversation more verbose. They sometimes get confused, and that's where the reasoning sometimes leaves the conversation. Impact on the world. INTJs believe that their knowledge should somehow benefit the world. They learn new things and become adept in various fields because they believe they have to impact the world with their actions. They apply their insights and knowledge strategically to make the outside world more efficient, solve the major problems, and improve the environment. They consider it their duty to contribute to the world in some way so it can move towards betterment. On the other hand, INTPs learn and grow for the sake of learning and growing. They learn just to broaden their personal understanding of the world and its workings. They feel less of a compulsion to use their knowledge and help the world somehow. They don't lack compassion or something, but they are more focused on growing as individuals instead of growing collectively. What kind of person are you? Are you pursuing your career or passion just because you want to grow as a person, or do you like to help the world? Tell me below. Personal cares. INTJs are the ones who are conscious of their outlook. They like to stay in a highly organized environment in their office, home, or car. How they carry themselves and what is their personal appearance matters a lot to them because they know how a person portrays himself to the world becomes his introduction. It decides whether people should trust him or not. Status is important for them to be productive and maintain their positions of power. INTJs often value organization and are great at personal care. INTPs, on the other side, are less organized and don't spend much of their time thinking and wondering how they should appear so the world can like them and society can accept them. They only care about their appearance when they want to, not when people want them to. They don't give much attention to the opinions of others. They seem to be detached from society and its norms. Value system. INTJs are enthusiastic about meeting their objective goals and sticking to their value system. They don't care whether people agree with them because they only give importance to the outcome. They'll prove they are right by actions and by showing others that their plan works. They don't care too much about social approval and are not concerned about social feedback. INTPs, on the other hand, have their refined inner system to understand the world and shape their own mental blueprint to make sense of everything around them. Through their intellect, they come up with new and exciting ideas. When people disagree with them, they get angry and frustrated because deep down, they always expect positive feedback from the people around them. They also have a more challenging time than INTJs expressing their thoughts and solutions because their knowledge is internalized and complex, and sharing it with the world seems difficult. Generally, both the INTP and INTJ personalities are confused at the same by people because of their intellectual capability, leadership, and innovative personality. But there are some key differences we discussed today. INTJs develop skills, are goal-oriented, and are focused on discovering the truths of the world, while INTPs tends to develop people and be happy with the success of others. They are more interested in focusing on a wide variety of interests and possibilities instead of sticking to one and taking it to the end. Which personality out of the INTP and INTJ is more like you and why? Tell me in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Share it with people around you. You can enjoy watching more of my content by clicking on the screen. See you guys in the next one.